So folks, what's so special about One UI 5? Well, as its name implies, is the fifth iteration of the modern user interface that now graces Samsung's phones. While it's arguably not a groundbreaking update and only introduces just a number of improvements over One UI 4, it's a vital software update for every Samsung user that's rocking an eligible device. But arguably the most important new feature that One UI 5 brings to the mix are the major performance optimizations that have come along. Indeed, using a device running One UI 5 feels like using a new smartphone as far as overall smoothness goes. But what else is new with One UI 5? Let's delve in deeper and unwrap Samsung's new software pride and glory. On the visual side, changes are few and far between. Quick toggles are smaller and the edge panel seems slightly wider. Android 13 expanded on the color palette and face customization that Android 12 introduced by greatly increasing the possible color combinations you can use to paint your interface. One UI 5 now can feature up to 16 different color palettes derived from your wallpaper. And if you are not a fan of the colors that the system chose for you, you can rely on a set of basic color palettes that are new on Android 13. The latest update brings new and refreshed lock screen customization options. You can personalize your lock screen either from the main settings app on your phone or by long pressing your lock screen, similar to iOS 16. However, Samsung's own Good Lock module has been around for years, allowing for pretty deep lock screen personalization before Apple had it. Maybe Apple saw what Samsung was doing with Good Lock and why they implemented it to iPhones. One UI 5 has a number of different clock faces available, with 6 fonts to choose from and a very large selection of color and color combinations. The cool trick here is that you can alter the positioning of the clock, as well as increase or decrease its overall size, which unlock even more customization possibilities. Surely, the One UI 5 lock screen also includes a host of widgets, but their numbers are limited to a few stock apps and essential functions. Not to mention that these are hidden and only show up after you tap on the lock screen clock, so their overall utility isn't that impactful. Finally, you can choose whether incoming notifications from apps are shown as full previews or merely icons, though tapping the latter expands the notification view. We've had this feature in One UI before. If you are a fan of widgets, they probably take up a good portion of your home screen. That is probably why Samsung introduced stack widgets with One UI 5. Now, when you long press a widget with a minimum size of 2x1, you will see a new button named Create Stack, which lets you choose among the available widgets on your phone and create a decent looking stack. You can intuitively edit your stack by long pressing it and flicking away the widgets you no longer desire. One of the most underrated features of Samsung smartphones is Quick Share. With One UI 5, attempting to share files with Quick Share now lets you make use of a new copy link functionality, which uploads the files you want to share to the Samsung cloud. A link is generated and immediately copied to your clipboard, which lets you easily share it via message in your favorite texting app. When the person in question receives your link and taps on it, they will be redirected to a page from which they can download your shared files. This method is also extremely useful if you want to transfer files from your phone to your computer. However, you should know that the generated link and the uploaded files will be available only for 2 days, and there is also a daily upload limit of 5 GB, which should be good enough for most file types you need to share. Previously, Samsung offered the same experience, but it was called link sharing. It appears that the tech giant has decided to make link sharing part of Quick Share. This is no surprise, as it is better for all sharing options to be in one place. With Android 13, Google completely changed the look of the security and privacy settings. There is now a new security dashboard with a scanning feature, which should detect if there are some security issues with your phone, like outdated updates, disabled device protection, no screen lock, disabled Find My Mobile, and more. Also, the dashboard links to most security and privacy menus, so you can jump between them easily. On One UI 5, the dashboard works like a charm, and we may say that with Samsung skin on top, it looks quite intuitive and useful. If you often need to use apps in split screen, you probably know that One UI 4 lets you save split screen layouts on the Edge panel. When you open two apps in split screen mode and tap on the divider, you see an icon with a little plus sign and a side panel on it. When tapped, it saves the current split screen layout on your Edge panel. In One UI 5, however, you can save your desired split screen layouts on your home screen in addition to the Edge panel. And instead of an icon with a plus and a side panel, you just have a new star icon. For all intents and purposes, it works in the same manner. Furthermore, One UI 5 also lets you enter into multi-window mode with just a swipe. All you need to do is enable the feature from the Labs option located in the Advanced Features. Open an app that supports split screen and swipe up with two fingers from the bottom to the top. Also, you can now hold the app from the recent app screen and move it to the side. It will open it there in split screen mode. There is also a new gesture that allows you to switch an app to a pop-up view. Just open an app and from any top corner, swipe to the middle. A brilliant feature which used to be on Samsung's phones before and is now making a comeback. The new multi-window gestures change the way of using smartphones. I actually found myself using multi-window naturally for quick Google searches whenever I use apps such as YouTube. In other words, I found the new multi-window gestures practical when I use streaming apps that don't offer a running background feature, for example non-premium YouTube and other streaming apps like Twitch. The new gesture-based method of enabling multi-window in One UI 5.0 is that easy to use. With One UI 5.0, Samsung renamed Bixby routines to modes and routines. The new branding reflects a few changes, such as the addition of modes. I haven't had a lot of time to use them, but they could be described as automated groups of routines. I still have an idea to make a separate video about routines. Hopefully, I will do it soon. One UI 5 feels faster and smoother than One UI 4, and the difference is palpable. Animations, transitions, and the interface itself feels like a much more rewarding experience that is definitely welcome. One UI 5.0 feels quite a bit faster and more responsive than One UI 4.1. It almost feels like a brand new phone. The whole UI feels more stable and responsive, and so does the camera app. Apps in general seem to launch faster, and the experience of using the Galaxy S21 with One UI 5.0 is much more pleasant overall. Aside from being much smoother and better optimized, One UI 5 is also more flexible in terms of performance options. For example, the RAM Plus feature that has been available on most Samsung phones since One UI 4.1 can now be disabled for good, which is a good thing. See, RAM Plus allocates a portion of your phone's storage to act as a RAM and ultimately improve the multitasking capabilities of your device, but it has also been singled out as one of the reasons for sluggish performance in some cases. The reason could be that storage, however fast, can hardly catch up with dedicated RAM in terms of performance. So, if you are a really busy user and force your phone to actively use the allocated storage as RAM, your phone will ultimately feel slower. So, yes, you're better off with RAM Plus disabled. On top of it all, aside from the potential better overall performance, you get a few gigabytes of precious native storage back, which is a win. To disable RAM Plus, head to Battery and Device Care menu in Settings, then tap on Memory, and the RAM Plus option will be at the bottom. Head inside, flick the switch off, reboot your phone, and you're good to go. Another optimizing improvement makes it easier for users to view and manage apps running in the background. Although the recent app screen hasn't seen a lot of changes in One UI 5.0, the new update has added a new UI element to the recent app screen that offers quick access to a list of apps and services running in the background. Although this concept isn't entirely new, Samsung's One UI 5.0 has simplified the process and pushed this tool more to the forefront for easy access. This new addition to One UI 5.0 is worth mentioning because, simply put, apps running in the background and recent apps are not the same. A user can close an app from the recent app screen thinking it will kill the process entirely. However, there are situations when an app might be running in the background, even if it's not shown on the recent app screen. Needless to say, One UI 5.0 has made it easier to monitor and close background apps and services straight from the recent app screen. The items listed in the pop-up are conveniently accompanied by a stop button, and once this button is pressed, the system kills the associated app or service, potentially allowing users to save a bit of battery charge. Okay, it is a feature that I didn't notice at first, but which I have been waiting for several years. Finally, we can set custom call backgrounds for specific contacts. Samsung has allowed changing the call backgrounds in previous One UI versions, but you were limited to the built-in option. In One UI 5, you can select an image or video of your choice on a per-contact basis, so it can make it easier to tell who's calling from a distance or at a glance. Beyond this being useful, it can also be a source of mild entertainment. So for those who have embarrassing videos of their friends, now's the time to break it out. Or maybe you want a custom call background of your partner blowing your keys. You can create one. To set up a contact call background, open the Contacts app or the phone app and go to the Contacts tab. Select the desired contact, tap the info icon and then the edit button. Then tap View More to expand the list of details you can edit. Scroll all the way down and tap Call Background. Then tap the background button at the bottom of the screen. Tap the plus button in the upper right corner and select which photo or video you want to use. This is really great. A big change around notifications in Android 13 is opt-in notifications, and One UI integrates the feature. When you open an app for the first time, you will see a dialog box explicitly asking for your permissions to send notifications. This only works if you are using a fresh build of One UI 5 or for any new apps installed on your phone. Another neat addition is the ability to directly control the notification behavior from within an app. When you long press on an app's notification and tap on the settings button that appears below it, you will head straight to the app settings section where you have access to granular controls. You can customize its notification behavior to show only alerts for different categories. The expansive list of control toggles is a bit overwhelming, but it's a one-time effort. Once you've tailored the notification behavior to your liking, the effort will prove to be worth it. It's just a great system for filtering unnecessary chatter that only alerts you when something important has happened. One UI 5 also lets you set exceptions when you want to see urgent alerts from a few critical apps but have enabled the Do Not Disturb mode. With One UI 5, Samsung implemented a maintenance mode feature that allows you to protect your data when handing your phone to a third person. Most often, this will be if you are giving your device to a technician for a phone repair. Putting your device in maintenance mode beforehand will allow the technician to do whatever they need to carry out repairs without letting them access your data. Just go to the Battery and Device Care option, scroll down and tap Maintenance Mode. Tap the Turn On. On the next page, choose whether to restart without creating a lock or not. Tap Restart. When your device reboots, it will be in maintenance mode. Maintenance mode creates a new Android profile with all the stock apps and settings. Technicians can access any apps or settings they need to complete a repair, but they won't be able to access any of your personal data, like your photos, videos or messages. A technician won't be able to disable maintenance mode without knowing your PIN or pattern. When you turn off maintenance mode, the new profile gets deleted, along with any apps that were installed for the repair. Your phone reverts to your original profile where all your settings, apps and data will be just as you left them. Despite that, I strongly recommend that you back up all of your data before giving your phone to the technician. The camera app itself has received a few welcome changes in One UI 5.0. The camera interface itself hasn't changed, but there are a few subtle alternations. The zoom bar is smaller than before and easier to use one-handed. If you are a casual photographer or an amateur just starting out, the Pro mode now contains helpful tips for you. Simply go on over to the Pro mode and click on the eye icon. One UI 5.0 now shows helpful tips for basic photography elements like ISO, shutter speed, white balance, focus and more. To help you further, the Pro mode here now includes a histogram to enable you to see real-time light distribution. For phones that have a telephoto lens, you can now use the module with food mode. You will notice a new watermark option in the camera app settings. It automatically adds a watermark to the photos you shoot. You can include the device name or custom text or date and time. It also lets you customize the watermark's font and alignment. In One UI 5, Samsung is putting the Gallery app's optical character recognition capabilities at the forefront. All you need to do is a long press in the text area of an image, and the optical character recognition system automatically jumps into action. Once a section of the text is selected, you just have to move the grab handles to select the portion you need. The feature also has a contextual side to it. For example, if an image has a phone number in it, the contextual menu that pops up upon selecting the phone number shows the option for making a voice call or sending a text message. Also, you'll get the option to translate the selected word. It is very useful. If you want to use it while actively using your camera, simply point your viewfinder at the text and press the T-scan button that comes up. The system will extract text from the image and you can tap your choice to select it. And it even identifies text and images captured using the zoom camera. Okay, this is a fun one. With One UI 5, Samsung has added an advanced sticker creation tool right in the Gallery app that turns silly selfies and cute photos into stickers, and the whole process takes less than 30 seconds. All you need to do is to open an image in the Gallery app, tap on the pencil-shaped markup icon, select the smiley face option at the bottom, and then tap on the option that says stickers. Now you will see a flower-shaped icon at the bottom that lets you add a picture from the gallery. Once there, you can choose between different selections and snapping options. You can slap the resultant sticker atop any image you want to jazz up. Another cool and meaningful addition is the automatic shape correction. When you draw a shape in an image, say for highlighting a certain object by drawing around it, and hold on to the outline, it will automatically turn into a regular shape. I've tried my fair share of gibberish rectangles and wavy circles, but the markup system corrects them really well and makes the highlights look a lot less messy. We talked about stacked widgets but forgot about the new Smart Suggestions widgets that arrived with the One UI 5 update. To put it simply, it's a 4x2 grid of apps curated by an AI engine that studies your usage pattern and suggests a list of apps that you are most likely to use at any given time of the day. It's a neat addition, especially if you are chasing that minimalist look for the home screen but don't want to clutter things up by putting a ton of apps and shortcuts on the same page. In using the feature for a week, I found that the list of apps populated in the Smart Suggestions widget was almost always on point. One UI 5.0 has made some sensible changes to the Settings app layout, and I feel one of the most underrated additions is the new Connected Devices menu. Simply put, it neatly organizes everything that has to do with your Galaxy phone or tablet connecting to other devices, and it just makes sense. This new menu is easy to read and just as easy to access. It contains everything you need to control your connected devices, from Galaxy wearables, Smart Things, Smart View and Quick Share to Samsung DeX, Link to Windows, Android Auto and more. Not only does the Connected Devices menu makes these features easier to reach, but it pushes them more into the spotlight, increasing the chance of Galaxy device users putting these great features to good use more often. Again, this new addition to the Settings app hasn't redefined One UI completely, but I believe it is a perfect example of how the user experience can and should be streamlined in some areas. While connecting to wireless networks is nice and all, there are times you need in-depth information about your network situation. This is where One UI 5's new Intelligent Wi-Fi feature comes into the picture. Go to the Wi-Fi panel and tap these three dots in the upper right corner and tap Intelligent Wi-Fi. It will open up a plethora of different options for your connection. Some of these are consolidated options found in other Wi-Fi options, but most of them are new. You can now see settings like prioritize important data, switch to better Wi-Fi networks, and so on. However, that's not all. Tapping repeatedly on the Intelligent Wi-Fi version opens up the network's developer settings, which give you more possibilities. You can now access in-depth connection information, including your link speed, channel using percent, and various network-specific options. Moreover, there's a handy new Nearby Wi-Fi Information tab, which showcases all Wi-Fi networks along with their bands and coverage performance. You can also check a network's channel utilization in real time to get a better idea of your Wi-Fi use. And for those inclined, you can even see the router and time-specific history. Overall, Intelligent Wi-Fi is a big improvement in One UI 5 and definitely stands out as one of the features worth trying. As for DeX mode, I often use it on my tablet and was really looking forward to the update here. Perhaps the main thing that I noticed at first glance is that performance has been well optimized. Besides that, Samsung DeX in One UI 5 has gained some taskbar related improvements. A search button in the taskbar opens Finder in a pop-up, similar to what you'd see on a Windows-powered PC. Clicking on the time and date area in the taskbar now reveals a smaller calendar in a pop-up window rather than launching the calendar app. It seems to be a much more convenient way of showing the calendar to DeX users. The notification icon has a different shape, but more importantly, the clear button in the notification window has been relocated from the bottom to the top, which doesn't make a lot of practical sense. One UI 5.0 also brings a new taskbar settings menu for Samsung DeX. It can be accessed by either long pressing or right-clicking on the taskbar. From here, DeX users can enable or disable the auto hide taskbar feature or hide taskbar shortcuts, including navigation buttons, language, keyboard and sounds, as well as the screen capture button and of course the new taskbar embedded Finder. This settings menu is new in One UI 5. Quickly press the side key 5 times to call emergency services even if your phone is in your pocket. Also, you can create an emergency contact list that includes the people you want to contact in case of an emergency. Overall, One UI 5 definitely is an excellent software update, despite the fact that it doesn't change that many aspects of the overall One UI experience. There are 2 reasons for that. First of all, it introduces some deeper customization that greatly enriches the personalization potential of your Samsung phone. One UI 5 has solidified its leading position in the Android scene as far as customization goes, offering one of the more intuitive and user-friendly user experiences. The second reason for One UI 5 being an excellent software update are the optimizations under the hood, which make it run oh so smooth. All of this makes One UI 5 an exemplar software updates for the modern times, where we shouldn't expect revolutionary and groundbreaking changes with each and every yearly update, but gradual enhancements and improvements that make sense. With that taken into account, Samsung's One UI 5 is a winner. One UI 5 is all about refining existing features instead of groundbreaking new additions. Without a doubt, this is the most advanced Android-based software we can find on the market today, and it sets the tone for Samsung going into 2023. This is only the first major release of Android 13-based One UI 5. Samsung will continue improving its skin in the coming months with additional features and tweaks, and the best part is that these features will make their way to all recent mid-range and flagship Galaxy devices, thanks to Samsung's excellent software update support. The next big update is One UI 5.1, which is expected to come out with the Galaxy S23 lineup at the beginning of February. I hope to see you again, guys, so subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching and good luck!